Today we will discuss about the one of the application of uncertainty principle. Application of uncertainty principle. The uncertainty principle says that the uncertainty in the position, and if you multiply this uncertainty of a position with uncertainty of the momentum, then it always be greater than equal to h cross by tau, where h cross is the Planck's is h cross is defined some like that, h by 2 pi, where h is the Planck's constant. Okay, and which has value 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule into second. Now using this uncertainty principle, we can calculate the ground state energy of harmonic oscillator. This is the ground state of harmonic oscillator. Okay, ground state means we have to calculate the minimum energy levels of the harmonic oscillators. Ground state means the minimum energy. Okay, now the energy, the total energy of a harmonic oscillator. So let me first explain what is the harmonic oscillator. Here we are considering the one dimensional harmonic oscillator. Suppose this is a spring. One end of the spring is attached to a fixed rigid support, and other end of the spring is attached to a block of mass m. So if I push this block towards the rigid support, or I pull out this rigid support to away from the rigid support, then it will show a simple harmonic motion, and it will vibrate, and it will show a simple harmonic motion. Okay, in that case we can write, so in this case we can write the total energy of the harmonic oscillator in terms of the kinetic energy plus potential energy, and the kinetic energy can be written as half mv square, and the potential energy can be written m omega square to x square. Okay, so this spring harmonic oscillator motion is actually in one dimensional motion. Its some motion is along one direction, that is in x direction. Let this suppose this direction is actually x direction. Okay, now you can write this expression little bit in different form. So p is the momentum, linear momentum, which is the mass times velocity. We can write it this term as p square by 2m plus half m omega square x square, sorry, x square x square. Okay, this is the total energy of a simple harmonic oscillator. Now if you want to calculate the minimum energy of the simple harmonic oscillator, in that case in classical mechanics you can take the momentum as p as a 0 and x is a 0, so the E total will be 0. Okay, at the mean position, if the harmonic oscillator is at rest at mean position means the minimum potential energy, which is 0, and if it is rest at the mean position, rest means the momentum is 0. So in that mean position, that means suppose this is the mean position, which is x is equal to 0. If it is vibrating about this mean positions, and at the mean position it will actually have the least amount of energy, that is actually E is equal to 0. This is according to the classical mechanics. But now we will consider this situation in terms of the quantum mechanics. Okay, that means the ground state energy of a classical harmonic oscillator is actually 0. Now see the situation, this situation from different point of view, in the point of view of quantum mechanics. So the quantum mechanics, in quantum mechanics the basic principle is the uncertainty principle, and the uncertainty principle says that the uncertainty in the position and uncertainty in the corresponding momentum have this relation. They will always follow this relation. That means if you measure the x position component, position and corresponding momentum, there will be uncertainty, and if you multiply or make the product of this uncertainty, and this uncertainty always be greater than or equal to the h cross by 2, or in the lowest, in the this relation have the lower limit. If you take the lower limit of this relation, this can be taken as equal to. Okay, now you see, if I take the delta x is actually 0, that means your measurement is perfect and your measurement is exact. Delta x means the difference between your measured value and exact value. If it is 0, then the measurement is very exact, and you can measure the position of the particle with the exact value. In that case, if you take the delta x is actually 0, then the delta px became infinity. That means you cannot measure, the uncertainty in the measurement of the momentum became infinite. That means in simple word, you cannot measure the momentum of that particle. Okay, similarly if you take the delta px is 0, that means if your measurement of the momentum is exact, then the delta x will be infinity, that you cannot measure. In this case you cannot measure the position of the particles. That means simply you cannot say where is the particle is. So in a physical system, if you want to measurement both this position and corresponding momentum, in that case you have to at least you have to follow this uncertainty principle. Okay, now you see, in the classical mechanics the minimum energy is occurring at x is equal to 0 and p is equal to 0, which at this x and p, E total is actually 0. Okay, now but according to the quantum mechanics, x cannot exactly measure, so you cannot put the x minimum value of x exactly 0. Similarly, you cannot put the exact value of the momentum is 0 also. This thing is not possible in quantum mechanics. There will be at least some minimum uncertainty. So uncertainty cannot be 0. If the once the uncertainty in the position will be 0, then the corresponding momentum will be undetermined. If similarly if you measure the momentum exact with exact value, then the position we cannot measure the position. So that means x is equal to 0, which is the exact value. X is equal to 0 means you are measuring the x equal to 0 with ultimate accuracy. In that case, this type of things is not possible in quantum mechanics. So both this x is equal to 0, p is equal to 0 is not valid in quantum mechanics. Okay, that means the uncertainty, the minimum measurement uncertainty will be delta x. Let this take this delta x as x and delta px as p. Okay, and if you take the lower limit of the uncertainty principle, then the x p will be actually h cross by 2. Then you can express the p, the momentum, in terms of, this is actually px, so I am writing here, it is one dimensional, so I am writing it as p. Okay, this is the relation of momentum and position, and we can express the momentum in terms of the position. Now you see the expression for total energy. This is the expression for total energy. And we can write the p in terms of x. Here is the expression. So now the total energy expression in terms of of x only, you can write something. Okay, now this is the expression of the total energy. Now you can see the total energy now became a function of position only. Function of position, sorry, function of position only. Now you want to calculate the minimum energy, that is the ground state energy. So then the derivative of the total energy with respect to x, the position, will be 0, because we know that at the point of minimum or maximum, or at point of which is known as the point of inflection, the always the slope is actually 0. Okay, if you see, suppose this is a graph at the maximum and the minimum, where both the slope is 0, because at the point of inflection, or which is known point of inflection means it may be maximum or minimum. In case of maxima or minima, the slope is actually 0. The slope means the angle of the tan of the angle between the tangent with x-axis, but here the x-axis, this line, the tangent is parallel to the x-axis, so parallel to the x-axis, so the angle between them is theta is equal to 0 degree, and the so tan 0 is actually 0. So in this case, at the point of maxima or minima maybe, so it will be 0. Now take this expression of E total and make the derivative with respect to x, with respect to x, and put it as a 0. When we put the value of put the this equation to 0, then we will find a value of x where the actually the minimum energy is occurring. Now if you in the derivative this expression, what will this expression will be? Let it be into this one first. This is the first derivative of this term, and the second one will be m omega square to x, and put this expression is 0. And from that, this equation will get a, from this equation will get a value of x where actually energy is minimum. Two will cancel out, and this will be actually h square by 4m x cube, and takes this x cube to this side, and this expression became x to the power 4th h square by m omega square multiplied with 4. And if from that expression, if you want to calculate the x square will be h divided by 2m omega. Okay, from that you can calculate the value of x. So x is actually square root of 2m omega. Now you see, if this is the simple harmonic motion, this spring is showing the simple harmonic motion. So now the energy of the spring is not minimum at the mean position at rest, but it has some from this side, some little bit from this side, and from this sides. Actually in this between these points, the energy is minimum. So you find the two value of x, one in this side, another is this side, because this is the origin, x is equal to 0. You get some positive value this sides and some negative value from this sides. In this region, actually the energy is minimum. What we have found from our expression, you see, our expression is showing that, our calculation is showing that the this value of x, at this value of the x, energy is minimum. That means one is actually, you can take it plus or minus, because it's square root, so it's a plus or minus. So that means this is suppose the mean position, this is the mean position towards these sides and these sides. Actually in between this region the energy is actually minimum. You can take it as positive h cross 2 omega positive, and this one is okay. Now what is the value of actually minimum energy? With this, if you put the value of x, this value, whatever the energy will get, this energy will be minimum energy. Now the energy expression is this one, original expression of energy this one. If I put the value of x, this value, the minimum what we will get, this will give the minimum energy or ground state energy. So E minimum will be half m omega square x square at x minimum plus two h cross, this expression is 2m 4x square x square. Okay, now this is the at x is equal to x minimum, or you can write it as x minimum. X minimum is here. So now you put this expression of x in this place, in this equation. Now what do you get? Half m omega square x square. We can put the value of x square here from here, which is actually h cross by 2m omega, and this expression s square, and put the h cross value. So h cross will be, h square will be this much. Okay, now if you simplify this equation, what do we get? Will be cancel out, 1 omega will be cancel out, this will be 1 by 4 h cross omega plus 1 by 4, here also will cancel out, 2 will be cancel out, h cross 1 h cross will be cancel out. So what do we get? The half h cross omega. Okay, now this is the actually the ground state energy or minimum energy half h cross omega of a harmonic oscillator. So what is showing our conclusion of our calculation? It shows that in case of a classical harmonic oscillator, the E minimum is 0, but in a quantum harmonic oscillator, E minimum is actually half h cross omega. So using this uncertainty principle, we have proved that the E minimum is actually half h cross omega. So this is the basic, also this is the basic difference between the quantum oscillator and a classical oscillator.